For the best Arabic online courses, visit www.maysoor.com.
There's not another single soul that can come close. He's happy they're together, but he wants to be in Jannah most. A paradise so exquisite, feel it so near. And if he leaves before her, he'll be waiting till her soul's there.
Knowledge to pass it on to you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.
Okay, darling?
Thank you so much, Grandma. I really appreciate your kind words of
You keep praying, sweetheart. You keep praying.
Thank
It
you.
may look a bit slow, but he's sure.
Yeah,
He never lets anyone down.
yeah, never.
Never let anyone down. So you just turn your eyes up to him
Thank you.
and ask him for guidance.
Yes, no, thank you so
Okay,
much.
darling?
No, I really appreciate the kind words, Grandma. Thank you so much.
How is my little bambinos? They're running around.
yeah.
How are they?
Yeah, they're very good, man. Like we speak to
I
them.
mean, when you hear from them, they're okay.
Yeah, every day we speak to them on the video camera, so it's really good.
Oh,
man.
that's good. That's good. Keep in touch.
Yeah, for sure. How's your health, Grandma?
Well, sweetheart, lungs problem, not too bad. I can breathe a little bit easier than before
Yeah.
because they increased the tablets.
Okay.
Then instead of taking one, they put me on 3 tablets for the lungs.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, guys. Hope all of you are doing well. I do apologize. It's been, super duper long. Probably touching on 3 weeks, 4 weeks since I've last checked in, and I do apologize. As you're going to see in this video, I do mention later on that I just got a bit burnt out, struggled a bit, missed my kids, struggled with food here. Chemo's been challenging. I also want to apologize for my hair. I know you've probably never ever seen me like this before. A couple of reasons why I've grown it out. I've actually I brought my shavers with me with the intention of cutting my hair, right? There's obviously no barbers around here, or barbers that can probably cut black people's hair, but I brought my shavers to cut it. But then, because I suppose I was trying to just be grateful that the chemo hasn't taken out my hair, I've just grown it out to show that, look, still got a full set of hair, full set, and I actually like it, when I put some water and some grease in it. But I thought, you know what, let me just show the world me as I am. All right, so again, apologies for this delayed reply, or not reply, this delayed update. I also want to thank every single person from the bottom of my heart who's donated to the Maysoor Arabic and Quran Academy, which it's a project to build a school in the Gambia, which we're building in conjunction with Spot, the charity, Spot Academy, or Spot Charity. We're actually going to be building it. They're just going to be commissioned to, we're going to raise the money for the school. It's going to be our school. But they're going to be commissioned to, bear the responsibility to actually carry out the work. And from what I've seen so far, it's not that they've started building the Maysoor Arabic and Quran Academy school, but Abu Bakr is doing his own thing. He's already building a school, and it looks phenomenal. And I want all of you I want every single person to be a part of this. This tremendous opportunity to put something serious away for your hereafter. We've raised maybe about £7,500, nearly £8,000, and I would love if we can make 10,000 before Ramadan. Then in Ramadan we push, and if you would like to help in any capacity to try to raise some funds, whether that be £1,000 or £2,000, get in touch, because there is a way that you can get your own page which can help towards reaching that target. But I do want to say thank you so much for everybody that has donated so far. May Allah, reward you tenfold, and inshallah ta'ala, please keep up with the generosity. I also would like to remind everybody to continue to make dua for Sister Suad, who was actually staying in the room that's behind me right now. She passed away since she came, since I've been at the Hufeland clinic. Her and her daughter, Allah yarhamuha, came over, and within maybe like 5 days, the auntie passed away. I will also post the link down below in the description box, but if you would like to donate to her water well, I believe it's called a water well that's being built in Pakistan, please, I encourage you all to do that and keep the sister in your supplications. It's also come to my attention, you know, within the last maybe week or two, so many people have been diagnosed with cancer. There's a sister called Betsy. A very close family relative of hers has been diagnosed, if I'm not mistaken, with stage 4 cancer. And it's always tough to hear these things, because whilst it's been 3 years, for nearly 3 years for me, 3 years come like end of August, 25th of August to be precise, and that's just around the corner really, you know, 3 years for me, I still remember vividly what it was like getting that news. And it always breaks my heart when I get a message from somebody saying, my mum, my sister, my brother, my nephew has been diagnosed with cancer. So please keep her in your du'as. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cure Betsy's close family relative. There's also the, you know what guys, it's very difficult, man. I've made a pledge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I will always, as long as I'm alive anyway, I would always try to help anybody specifically that has been diagnosed with cancer, but any illness, you know, that comes to my attention. I'd use my platform for good to raise awareness. And sometimes, you know, like, I don't know how I'm perceived online, but I go through my own stuff sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go through like moments where I feel down or where I feel sick. Somebody might message me and I might even see the message, or I might not see the message, and I might not respond. But there's no malice, you know, I don't mean any ill intent. It's just that, especially right now anyway, just life's just a bit hectic at the moment. But I do have the intention in getting around to, you know, promoting, whether it's another GoFundMe page, or whether it's somebody's business that they want launched and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to say in regards to that. In this video today, on this weekly vlog, I'm going to speak about shortly a message that I received from a good friend of mine, and he had an observation or a reservation about how active my wife is on the vlogs. You know, a good friend of mine that I've lived with, and he mentioned that, look, I've lived with you guys and I've never seen your wife as much as I've seen your wife in these vlogs. So you're going to hear my take on that shortly. The last couple of weeks have been kind of crazy, man, kind of crazy. The clinic here have been so helpful with regards to the food. They've really tried to cater for, you know, my taste buds, if you like. I have admittedly had a few cheat meals. When I say a few, say 2. But that's because I'm struggling. The food is so healthy here. Like, for example, today they served pancakes with mushrooms on top. And I've never seen anything like that before, ever. And I just couldn't. And the reason why I had to take another cheat meal today was because I never ate all of yesterday. Why? Because they induced me with a fever. And the reason why they induced me with a fever was to almost like stimulate the immune system, so the immune system can fight. And, you know, I forget all of the technical stuff that they say. I forget the technical stuff. But trust me, that fever got induced. I was shivering like I've never shivered before. Like, literally, my mouth was like, I was like this, and it was so much so that the nurse outside of the room heard, you know. And then she would come in, she would check my blood pressure. I had to get my temperature checked maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's not no thermometer underneath the tongue or underneath your armpits. It's an internal check, guys. Very, very invasive, you know. This is the cannula that I had in from yesterday. They're pumping me with some more drugs, not drugs, fluids and IVs. And it was crazy, man. But alhamdulillah, I feel much better today, but I am in a lot of pain, specifically down my left side, you know. So that was quite crazy yesterday, to be honest, that fever. What else is there? Yeah, another thing that really kind of touched my heart recently, right, was my daughter. Right, my daughter reached out to me, my eldest daughter, Mariam, and she was like, Baba, I can't remember exactly. I'm gonna, inshallah, if I get the screenshot of the message, I'll post it up here. I posted it on the Instagram and on my WhatsApp. But she was like, Baba, can you send me some of your poems? And I was like, my poems? Okay. Why? And she was like, I just want to listen to it to go to sleep. It just broke my heart, man. It made me feel so proud because I started to think that if I was a young kid, yeah, if I put myself back to like the 12-year-old Chris or the 13-year-old Chris, and I'm reaching out to my dad to send me some of his poems or some of his work that he does just so I can listen to it to go to sleep, I would be so proud of my dad. So I do hope that she has those same sentiments towards me, you know. I was meant to take chemo again today, which would have been my 4th and final cycle, but I didn't feel too well. So what happened was I have delayed it. Inshallah ta'ala, that should happen maybe tomorrow or latest Monday. And I think that is about it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, guys. Hope you're doing okay. This is what, vlog number 5, vlog number 6, I don't know, man. I want to apologize for the huge delay in releasing anything online. It's like literally been maybe like 3 weeks, going on 3 weeks I haven't uploaded anything. And yeah, I did have the intention of initially updating you guys weekly, but this is going on like week number 5, where we just completed, in a couple of days we're going to complete 5 weeks here in Germany. And to be honest, in the last couple of weeks since I last showed you an update, I'm just burnt out, guys. I miss my children immensely. You know, I'm just tired. I want to go home. I do appreciate, you know, being here. The staff here are phenomenal. The service has been great. You know, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without your kind donations, I wouldn't be in this situation. So, you know, I don't mean to be, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're not, I don't mean to be unappreciative, but it just got a lot. You know, the food has been quite challenging, although they've been fantastic in trying to accommodate for my my acquired taste, put it that way, my acquired taste. But yeah, I just needed to take some time away, and like honestly, like weekly, I would say like today I'm going to release something, I'm going to update the people, but I just didn't find the strength to do so. So here's what here's where we are, all right?
Yeah, sorry for everybody.
I don't think they can hear you like that.
Sorry for everyone.
Yeah, so basically I think the last time you saw me jumping up and down, skipping, acting the fool, all excited that I'm skipping, and then oh my gosh, it's got something stuck. Yeah. By the way, this is Germany, guys. Very, very quiet town, very clean as well. But yeah, you saw me. Huh? Oh. Oh, should I get this to the side? That's nice, isn't it? We got about 20 minutes to Maghrib, and Sam and I are just going out for a little walk. We've literally left this place 3 times. This is the 3rd time, right?
Yeah, in 5 weeks.
Oh, is that supermarket closed?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's 6 o'clock today.
Anyway, guys, you saw me jumping up and down, acting the fool, just being excited and just trying to take control of the situation. What you didn't see is that after I had that chemo, I was all right for like a little while, a couple of hours, and then obviously the nausea, how you say that word? Nausea kicked in, and then I was just, you know, folded. I think that was my 2nd chemo that I've had. Yeah, that was the 2nd chemo I had, and
again, for 48 hours, I hardly ate, hardly left my room, same old, and that probably contributed that contributed to the reason probably why I didn't upload. And then, you know, I've had some updates since then. I've had some updates in terms of results that I want to share with you guys today. But one of the things that I do want to discuss is when I was so I uploaded the last video and, you know, sent it out on all the different channels that I've got access to. And one of my good friends, now guys, when I say what I'm about to say, I don't want anybody to have any bad or negative comments or, you know, sentiments towards this individual, because he's a good friend of mine. And I believe wholeheartedly that he came from a good space, you know, a place of love, you know, a place of love. And he basically said, I sent out my the vlog on YouTube, on WhatsApp, so on my story. So then he replied to the story and he said to me, bro, I'm shocked. You're allowing this, you've changed. Are you sure you thought this through, bro? Intabi, on the bike. And what he meant by that was, obviously I've started vlogging with my wife. And anybody that knows me remotely would know that it's not something that I would ever used to do. Like it's inconceivable for me to, I'm getting ready to run. I don't play with dogs, man. Anyway, Joker. Anyway, it's inconceivable, right, that I would do something like that, you know, by just sharing my wife to the world and stuff like that, you know. That was the old me. So when he said that I've changed, I thought to myself, you're absolutely right, I have changed. I'm no longer the same Ismail or Chris that I used to be like 10 years ago when I was in Medina, being influenced by the culture, being influenced by other students, being influenced by the lifestyle over there. So I replied to him and I said, shocked, why are you shocked? You know, I can see you saying I've changed, I'm shocked, you're shocked. But, sorry, I understand I've changed, but like, why are you shocked? It's not as if I'm doing anything haram. He went on to explain that, you know, that he's just doing it out of love for me and this is not something that I used to do. And I'm saying, look, people evolve. You know, in life, people evolve. And bila shak, we have to evolve in a good way, in a positive way, and not a negative way. And one of the pertinent points that I expressed to him was this, that I'm all about me now, 36 years old, at this particular stage in my life. I'm all about empowering and supporting my family, the women folk in my family, or more specifically my wife, right? And this is one of the ways that I want to empower her and give her.
This is the way, go down here.
Yeah.
A shortcut.
Cool. Watch out. Sorry guys. I'm all about empowering my missus, right? And giving her a voice. I don't want her to be known as Ismail's wife or little Maysoor's wife or Maysoor Arabic's wife or the Imam from Croydon ICT or the ex-Imam from Croydon ICT's wife. You know, she's more than that. She has a name. Her name is Sami Abdullah Muhammad. You understand? And she has just as many accolades as I have, if not more. And at the end of the day, how I see life, right, as a Muslim, as long as I'm not doing anything that contravenes the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then there should be no issue. My wife, like a lot of your wives out there, brothers, and a lot of sisters, right? You are taking kids to school. You are going shopping. You are taking care of your husbands. The mishwars that you have to do daily. Going here, going there. You are visiting your parents. You are interacting with people at school, right? People are seeing you on a daily basis. So I don't see the difference in my wife sitting by my side, supporting me, on this journey and having a voice. I don't see nothing wrong with it. So in that light, or in that spirit, I want to take the time out to recognize all the sisters that are entrepreneurs and doing things. I said to the brother, look, Akhi, my wife, right, she is a director of a company. She has to interact with guys at the madrasa, whether that be the parents of, you know, the male parents of students, whether that be other male teachers. I can no longer have a closed mindset in terms of how my wife functions and interacts with society. I just can't do it. In addition to that, my situation dealing with whatever I'm dealing with right now with my health, it doesn't make me happy that if I don't prepare my wife and empower her now, right, for whatever may happen in the future, then I feel like I've failed in some regard. And I don't want my wife to be somebody that's just, that she don't know how to function in society, no matter what happens in the future. I want her to be strong. I want her to have a voice. So that's the decision that I've made. And it was an interesting conversation. I was definitely not upset with him at all. I was actually grateful that he had the courage to tell me that, because the reality is, if he thinks that, probably some of my other friends or associates or colleagues or people are probably thinking, "Wow, how can he let his wife just go on the internet and speak and blah blah blah?" But the reality is, I don't care. I don't care about that. I really don't, and I don't mean that in a rude way. I just don't care. As long as I believe in my heart that what I'm doing is not contravening the tenets of our faith, then it shouldn't be a problem to anybody else. And anybody that feels funny looking at my wife, don't watch the videos. You know what I'm saying? Don't watch the videos. You know, you don't have to watch. You're not obliged to watch, man. And I mean that with all due respect. You know, a little bit of jokes there. So with that being said, guys, make your way over to Instagram. And if you don't want to make your way over to Instagram now, I'll put the ad or the addy or the handle down below. But you need to follow a fantastic new page all about healthy living and healthy lifestyle, and it's called, what's it called? You tell me.
What's it called?
It's called Food to Heal Him, right?
Yeah.
That's it. It's called Food to Heal Him. Is there any underscores?
Yeah, I'll put.
Don't worry, I'll put it down below. Food to Heal Him. It's started by Sam, you know, and she's been documenting just basically, you know, a lot of the foods that she's been giving me, the healthy foods, the healthy alternatives to some of the other foods that we probably love to eat on a daily. And she's also been documenting all the food I've been having at the Halal clinic here in Germany. So man, definitely go check that out. And also go follow Decor Mummy, again, set up by
me.
by Sam. You know, she don't know that, she don't know it yet, but she's actually an interior decorator. Right? Well, she's gonna be, you know, she's gonna be an interior decorator known around the world for her fantastic interior design skills. Decor_mummy, DECOR_mummy. What do you say? Yeah, check them out. And yeah, in light of everything what I've just said, I also want to big up a husband and wife brand called Boxo Blend. I actually, oh cool, not too far. I actually know the brother, the husband of this brand, very well, but it's a brand for him and his wife, mashallah tabarakallah, and they specialize in wireless, rechargeable, portable blenders where you can make smoothies anytime, anywhere, on the go. You know, they've got a variety of colors. They've got some more colors coming soon, which include white, pink and blue. But go check them out, guys. They're on Instagram, and inshallah ta'ala, go get your orders in. Is there anybody? No, but we're gonna go inside, inshallah. Is there anybody that you want to shout out to?
Shout out to shout out to Locam, who are this way, who teach you how to become your own boss, really, and become a Scrum Master. Or,
what's a Scrum Master for those that don't know?
You need to Google it.
Alright, Google what
But
Scrum was.
it's to do with business consultancy and
Yeah.
project management and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And mashallah, they're doing really good things for
the
for the
community.
community in general.
Yeah. I'm really proud of them, man. Who else do you want to shout out?
Gosh, I'm hot. Also, Simply Cupcakes. I hope I got that right. And Lemise Cupcakes as well. There's so many more. So many. I'm sorry if I'm not naming you right now, but I will, inshallah, the next vlog. But they've got amazing cakes. Check them out. They're always fully booked, so you need to get orders in early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are all sisters, guys, that have their own businesses that are doing fantastic things in the community. There's another sister, guys, if you're into honey, called raw Turkish _honey on Instagram.
There's NG's Clothing, who's got like trench coats and abayas coming soon. So yeah, there's so many people out there doing amazing things, mashallah. And then, alhamdulillah, I'm blessed to know them personally. And I'm not just saying it because they're my friends, but I really think they're doing. I've got my orders ready in, so inshallah, I'll be getting them soon.
So guys, man, look, at the end of the day, in a world where, entrepreneurship is kind of, and I could be wrong in this, but this is just my perception, it's kind of seen to be a man's domain. But you've got some women that are really setting the trend in the Muslim community, and I think that they should be endorsed, and I think that they should be supported, and I think they should be celebrated, and I think they should be encouraged. So guys, all of their handles will be down in the description box below. Check them out, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and support them, man. Guys, we're gonna go and have some food now, so next time you see us, we're gonna be in a bit of a quiet situation. All right, thank you so much for listening, man. Take it easy, and I'll update you about my health updates shortly. Peace. Anyway, the update to my one of my scans anyway was pretty positive. I had an ultrasound, and that's how he's been monitoring me primarily via ultrasound and basically how I feel. And the first time he ever checked me, I had a lesion. Alright, I had a lesion on the lining of my stomach, and obviously I got the tumors around my groin area. So that's when I first came to the Halal clinic, like the second day after I came. And then the next time he's checked me was like 2 weeks after, wasn't it? You what, Jack? Okay. It was like 2 days later. No, sorry. I had the scan 2 days after coming. Then he checked me again 2 weeks after, and that's when I had like 2 cycles of chemo. And he no longer could feel or see the lesion in the lining of my stomach, which inshallah ta'ala, was a positive sign. He's like, I can't find it. I said, well, if you can't find it, just leave it. And he obviously don't want to be found. Do you know what I'm saying? That was good. And the tumors were at that stage one was sub-centimeter, the other one was like 1.2 to 1.5 centimeters. But there were a few on left and right side of my pelvic area. Let's call it my pelvic area, right? Yeah. And then when he checked me again recently, it was quite the same in terms of there was no sign. The liver looked, from what you could see anyway, the liver looked fine. And it was just like the tumors on the left and right. My right leg has nearly gone back to normal, which is a tremendous blessing. But my left leg is still slightly swollen. All right, so I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cure me swiftly. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. There was one more thing I wanted to discuss, babes. It was no, I don't know already. It was you know what I discussed on the IG the other day? Oh yeah. So basically, during the last 3 weeks, I had what they call a bioscan. And the bioscan, it measures the vibrations of the cells in your body, and it's able to tell you how well the cells are functioning in your body. It could tell you other stuff as well, especially the one I did in the UK, what foods you're allergic to, what animals maybe you're allergic to. What else does it tell you, the bioscan?
it just basically scans your whole body, top to toe. But mainly it looks at the cells and your energy levels and stuff like that, your stress levels. So I did one here which was slightly different, but ultimately it gives you similar results. And what he gathered from the results was that my energy levels were good. They were like 75%. Obviously it could be better, but it was decent. The acidity in my level was average. It was like 50%. You're supposed to have like a balance between the acidic levels and the alkaline levels in your body, right? Not supposed to be too much one way.
I'm not sure, but I think they want you to be a bit more alkaline.
Yeah, be like sugar.
It's because they can't do anything except nutritious wise at the moment for that because of
I know, but your body can't just be like 100% alkaline, can it?
Why not?
I mean, I don't know.
I guess we need some acidity, but
yeah, because when he said that your acidity level was okay, he said it's like 50%, it's like 50%ish.
Because he doesn't want to focus on that right now. He wants to because he can't focus on that. Sorry, he can't give you anything for that because you're human.
Type. So that was that, and then there was another measurement that was like, not too bad. However,
so he said you have to fix that, sorry, through just your nutrition.
Yeah, I need to fix that through the nutrition. Yeah, that's correct. But the other reading, which was totally, out of whack, it was, and I always forget what he said. It was, what was the one that was really low, babes? It was something to do with my coping mechanism to stress. He said that you're mentally fatigued. This is why you're sleeping all the time. Because oftentimes we would get up, pray Fajr, go back to sleep, and I might have an infusion at 8:30 in the morning, and I don't go down to 11 o'clock. Or we might not have breakfast. Breakfast is served here like 7:30, 7:45. We might not go down to 10 o'clock, And he goes, this is why you're always sleeping, because you're mentally fatigued. Like you've literally got nothing left. And there was one time where I had a really bad episode where I was literally just like this, I don't know what happened, but everything with the life almost, it was like it was sucked out of me. And he goes, remember that day when you were like that? That's because you're just mentally fatigued. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to switch my brain off, doctor. It's like, it's just so active. Even when I'm sleeping, I have vivid dreams to the point that I cannot always differentiate between am I awake or am I asleep? And I think I'm awake. But it's only when I wake up, I realize, no, I was asleep. And some of these vivid dreams manifest themselves into me creating things that I'm not able to create normally. Like I paper engineered this like pop-up mechanism. Do you want to go and get it, please? I'll show them. I'm going to show you what I paper engineered, right? And it all came from a dream. It all came from a dream, I kid you not. No word of a lie. I was sleeping, I saw it in my dream. I woke up and I said to my missus, get me a piece of paper, get me a pen, get me scissors, get me this, get me that.
I have to go get you everything.
Yeah.
You're making yourself sound lazy.
Yeah. Alright, just hold this for you right there like that. So literally, guys, I had this dream, right? If you're gonna be the cameraman, you have to represent. It's fair. So I had this dream of this a device like this, right? It's got a card holder with a window cut out, and then you've got an answer card, right? And then you'd have a question here, and primarily obviously it's for teaching, because I just got a passion to help people and teach kids primarily, right? So the question here, it says name the 3 categories of Tawheed. So it's more like a revision card, but not like the old school version of a revision card where you got the question, then you just turn over the card and you've got the answer. I wanted it to be something that was a bit more it causes children to move and pull things, and you know what I'm saying, just to create a different experience when you're learning. So then you just simply put it down. So you put it down and it reveals the answer. That's a simple mechanism, quite simple, but I have never seen anything done like that. So I was having some problems thinking, how am I going to create this? I did do a little research on YouTube, but not to the point where I should have been able to create something which actually looks like, can you give me the other one? Because the other one actually works proper. The one that stops. The one that actually stops when you pull it down. Yeah, the bigger one. Sorry guys, I just have have to wait for my assistant. Just hold it like so. Careful with your big hand. All right, so basically what you're gonna see here is a very, very similar design, but this time it actually stops. All right, actually stops. It's a much bigger because this is a new project that we're working on, but it stops. It doesn't come out. It doesn't come out. Can you see?
I think they get that.
Yeah, I want to let them know that this is like, I don't have any engineering capabilities. You know, this is as far as my engineering. This is as far as my engineering capabilities go. You know, card coming out. However, we managed to design this, and then I contacted China, and I said to China that this is my idea. This is how I want it to go, and they came up with a way to, you know, to design the mechanics of this. And it was so complicated, and I was like, no. And then I opened up mine and I showed them this is how you do it. And then they came back and they did a fantastic prototype, which inshallah ta'ala we're going to be bringing to market soon. By the way, this was a little bit of a little promo. But on a serious note, I said to the doctor, how is it possible that I'm able to do stuff like that? You know, I don't have any experience doing stuff like that, yet I can dream so vividly about something, wake up, make it, and then go to get it produced. Like, it's not really what, like, normally what people do. You know, people might have a wicked dream or a wicked idea, and sometimes it might just stay as a wicked idea. But why is it that I just feel a fervent desire to produce something, or when I think about something, I gotta get it done and stuff like that? And he goes, well, you know what? It's clear that you are a very creative individual, you know, alhamdulillah. And, you know, you got two things going on. This is linking down to, you know, my mental fatigue. He said that you've got on one side, you've got this very creative side of you that you want to get all of these things done before, you know, it's your time to leave this earth. And on the other side, you've got this cancer, which is almost like a nuisance, right? So where your creativity meets this cancer, this nuisance, there's a lot of tension there. And that tension is what's causing you to be mentally drained. You know, you just need to let go. And I say, doctor, I just don't know how to let go. I don't know how to stop. You know, I don't know how to stop and not think about things. I'm always thinking about something or the other. And 9 times out of 10, it involves things or people other than myself. He goes, you have to let go. So that's what I'm going to try and do moving forward. Just have more time for me. You heard? Huh?
Good.
Huh? خذ وقتي أنا?
Take it.
Okay. But yeah, man, that's basically everything that I can think of in terms of the update. We've been here for 5 weeks today, and we leave next week, Wednesday, and I can't wait to see my kids, can't wait to go back home, can't wait to taste some jerk chicken and rice and peas and zigani and I was going to say an injera, but like that, I'm not a fan of that there. But I love the zigni. I love the other stuff that you guys made, you know. But I'm gonna pass the camera over to Sambolia. Come on, man. Okay, yeah, we're gonna cut that one. Is it? Okay, I'm gonna pass the camera over to Sam.
I keep being awkward.
You're being awkward because you don't want to be in the camera. Like you've been in the camera for the last 4 weeks.
Every time you do it, you make me go on camera. You have to hype me up because I don't feel normal. Okay.
All right, everyone. My wife. Come on, you got nothing on a serious note.
I don't know what to say.
You had some interesting points that you wanted to say. You're not gonna speak, but over there, you have to come on. How have you found being away from your kids for so long?
I found it really hard being away from the kids. Like, it's kind of like for a week or two, the kids used to call me every single day when they were homeschooling. They'd call me every day and they'd ask me to help them with their work, and I felt like I was on the phone with them all day, every day. And then it got to the point where I didn't hear from them as much, so they'd call me every day, but it wasn't throughout the whole day because they were back at school now, and I just started missing them so much more. and as I see them all growing, and like the baby especially, he's changed so much, and every time I see him especially, I get really emotional because I feel like I'm missing out on a massive part of his development. Although it's just a couple of weeks, it's crazy how much they can change, and he's become really attached to my mum. I'm worried that he's not going to want me when I get back. But I really can't wait to come back. Like, I actually joked to one of my friends saying that I've forgotten how it's like to be a mum again. Like, I'm going to have to adjust into it again, like waking up early and stuff like that, because right now we go to bed quite late sometimes, and then we're up for Fajr, then we're back to sleep again till like 9-10. It's just like mentally I've been really tired for the past few weeks, to be honest, because seeing Ismail like going through a lot of pain, and he's literally up and down. To put it into context, we've only been out of this room 3 times since we've been here, and that's because mainly due to Ismail not feeling well. So sometimes he'll be up and okay, sometimes he'll just have like pain, and they'll be constantly jabbing him with something, and it's very draining watching somebody going through pain, and it's like a roller coaster of you not knowing how they're going to be that day, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Barakallah feek, but
although it felt like some people think I'm just on a holiday, like, oh, you're without your kids, you're not cooking, you're not cleaning. It's although it's physically less training being here, like I'm not having to clean or this room, like we have someone come to clean the room every day and stuff like that, but it is mentally really tiring.
Speak about the because it's not the first time you've received a message of this nature. Speak about the message. Obviously don't say who the message was from, or the details of it, but just generally speak about the message, because I think that would be, an interesting topic to discuss. Today or yesterday you got the message?
I only read it today, but I saw it, but it came yesterday, sorry.
Okay.
So I only saw it and read it today. I need to respond, but I haven't responded because I've been thinking about it all day, and with these kind of messages you have to be really careful of how you respond, and it has had me thinking all day. So I found it. It's not the first time I've got a message like this, and I guess this time it's just made me think about it even more.
What was the message?
The message was a sister asked me. That she told me about a proposal that she had recently from a young brother who has. Can I say what he has in it?
I don't think that's necessary, but basically the brother has an ongoing illness.
He has an ongoing illness, and
potentially life-threatening.
It can be altering, I should say, and life-threatening.
Definitely life-threatening.
But mainly life-altering.
You can basically change the quality of your life, and at the very least.
Yeah, so I've had a message like this before, and I've been asked what would I do, and I've been asked how would I deal with this situation, and
basically you've been asked what you're doing. What's it like
if that was me? Had I known?
Yes, it.
They asked me, how are you dealing with your situation, and had you known, basically, what would you do?
Yeah. Can I quickly just chime in real quick?
No.
Yeah, real quick. The reason why I feel that this is an impossible question to ask, with all due respect to the sister, because Sam married me, right, when I was 21, 22 years old. I married her, shall I say, when I was 21, 22 years old, right? I had no known illnesses at the time, right? So I was just pretty handsome and pretty Mashallah, qul mashallah. What, you can't say Allah Mubarak? No, I'm only joking. Anyway, I was young and I was pretty healthy, right? From what was apparent. So now, 15 years later, I've been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. It's very difficult now for her to say, if I had known that he had cancer, or I knew that he was gonna, contract cancer, then I would have married him. Like, how could anybody answer that question? Do you know what I'm saying? It's very, very, very difficult to ask somebody. But that's what I wanted to say. I'll let you take
I
over.
don't mind being asked for my advice, but it's such a difficult question, especially because I don't know the sister, I don't know the brother, I don't know anybody.
Why would that matter though if you know?
Like, no, for me to be asked that question if they should go for it or not. Do you know what I mean? It's like somebody saying, "Oh, should I marry your brother?" Then I can be like, "Yeah, he's like this, he's like that." Do you know what I mean?
Not really, because they're not asking for like a character reference. They're speaking about from the angle of
Health.
this brother. Yeah, his brother's got health, and
Yeah, but
just take it from the face value. She's just been proposed to. Why is it so difficult for you to answer that?
I think it's difficult for a few reasons, and that's because one of them is that in life I don't think okay. When she asked me this question, I automatically thought of my daughter for some reason.
Cookie.
I thought of Ruqayya, and it's a similar thing that when I was pregnant with her, and everyone said, "Oh, when you found out," I had a few friends or family members say, "Oh, as soon as you found out she had special needs, that she had Down syndrome, why didn't you terminate the pregnancy? Do you know this can happen and that can happen? The children with Down syndrome are more likely to get leukemia, they're more likely to get heart problems, they won't be able to go to the toilet till they're 6 years old, they won't be able to walk till they're later on in when they're much older." And all these possible sicknesses that can happen to a child with Down syndrome. It also made me think of that moment in my life, and I was just like, but what about the other possibility of her not having those issues? What about the possibility of her never having leukemia, or never, alhamdulillah she hasn't got it, inshallah she never has it. And I just thought of, what about the other side of the possibilities of her beating all of those stereotypical limitations that are put on children with Down syndrome. And it made me think of that, because although you might marry somebody that has a life-altering condition, you never know which way they could go. They might not have any of those issues later on, because they're all possible issues, yes, but they might not have those issues. But if you're somebody that really believes that you're scared of that happening and you don't know how to handle that, then take yourself out of it. Like, if you don't think you can do it, then don't marry the person. But then
go on. And also
but also remember that anyone that you marry, anything can happen to them. Do you know what I mean? Just because you marry somebody that's young and healthy and fit doesn't mean nothing's going to happen to them in the future, or nothing's going to happen to you in the future. And as you grow together and you love one another and you respect and you're there for one another, you're going to face lots of issues in your marriage. And whether it's with one another, whether it's your children, whether it's a member of your family, may Allah protect us all. But if anything, you need to be able to, you're going to have to overcome those things and stay strong together. Otherwise, I don't know, it's just, don't limit yourself, basically. Don't limit the possibilities of what you can do in a marriage or in your life for another person.
I think one of the things she mentioned I even read the message, by the way, Sam read it to me. She said something like, if the worst came to the worst, would it be like her world's just totally over, yeah.
Or is she overthinking it?
No, not necessarily.
That's what she said. She said, "Oh, am I overthinking it?"
Like, there's a spider up there. You see it coming down, crawling down?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get inside real quick.
It's all the way over there.
Yeah, now you see it, the next thing you don't. Next thing it's on your shoulder. But anyway, She like did
Yeah, she would look around.
did you feel like your life was over? So, is that a spoiler?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. We got going inside of it. What did I say? I think I asked you, did you feel like
My life was over.
your life was over?
I think. Sorry. Did I think one? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did think, like, what am I gonna do without you? And what am I gonna do? Like, those thoughts still go like through my head. I'm human. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, those thoughts go through my head a lot. But it's life.
Yeah, it's deep.
Like, you do think that as soon as it happens, I remember one time Ismail, like, everything started going back to normal, and then Ismail called out to me as he was in the toilet. And he saw blood again in the toilet, and he was just like, Sam, I've just seen some blood. And I remember I was on the sofa and I just threw my head back, and I was like, no, not again. Like, you know,
this was a long time ago though, by the way. This is like
this was a
year and a
ago.
half. A
Yeah.
year and a half.
Yeah. And I thought like life was getting back to normal, and then when that happened, yeah, you do remember, oh gosh, could life be over again? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, I have kids as well. How are their lives gonna be like if this big head isn't around anymore? So it is a thought that goes through everybody's head.
One thing I will say, just to echo what Sam said, you know, you could marry a brother, or a brother could marry a sister with no known sicknesses. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala could test you with a sickness. In such a case, you know, really and truly, you kind of have no choice but to just like deal with it, right? Because these are, for lack of a better expression, the cards you've been dealt, and you just have to deal with it, kind of thing. Now, I do understand that marrying somebody that already has been gone,
Yeah, go on.
marrying somebody that has got an illness, marrying somebody that you've known has an illness, it's slightly more different now, because you're going into something with the knowledge that
It's a higher possibility.
of something happening. And not only that, especially when it comes to like illnesses that may be contagious in some way, shape or form. Like, I've got sickle cell trait. I don't have full-blown sickle cell, but if I had full-blown sickle cell, right, and I disclosed that to you when we were getting to know each other, you would have to think about, well, do you know what I'm saying, put my feelings about him to one side. What are the possibility of my children now being affected with that?
Yeah, and also of like things that could happen in your life, and where I would have to care for you more. And
So
and possibly, but that's you marry the person.
you don't marry the sickness.
You don't marry the sickness, exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. You marry the person, not the sickness. And obviously the sickness comes with that person, you deal with it because out of love and rahmah for them. Allah could have put something worse in your situation, and He has rahmah on you for giving you that situation. Because it could be worse. Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely.
So although Ismail has cancer and he's got stage 4, I always think of something worse that he could have had,
100%.
or something like he could have cancer and he could be in a wheelchair 24/7, or he could have, like, I know a sister
or
that
I could have been dead already.
he could have been dead already. Like, I've met people since Ismail's sickness that have husbands that are in a worse condition than Ismail, that are some in coma, some that fully paralyzed since after being married to that person. And that's what's happened. Like, they've had either a stroke or something's happened to them, and those women are so inspiring, because if you meet them, they're just so strong. Like, you guys look at me and think I'm inspiring and strong, but when I meet these other sisters, like, Allahumma barak, they're just amazing. And obviously we're all busy in our own lives looking after our partners or our families, but I'm always thinking of them. I'm always thinking about, like, how are they coping, how are they dealing with their situations, and then it makes me grateful for the situation I'm in, although it's not the perfect situation that everybody would love, where everyone's healthy inside the family, but it's our situation, and inshallah we get through it in the best possible way.
Inshallah. One thing I will say though, that it's a valid question for anybody to ask that. It's a valid, 100% a valid question. And I hope it doesn't come across as if I was like criticizing for asking, or criticizing anyone for asking that question. It's a valid, totally valid question, and I totally get it. Another thing that I would just add to that is that you kind of have to know yourself. You know, like Sam said, you just have to kind of just like be strong and go for it. But if you just know that you're the kind of person, did you want to say something?
Yeah, just be honest about what you're capable of going through, and whether you're going to be what's the word,
supportive?
No, when you think somebody held you back. What's the word again?
When you think somebody holds you back?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Give me an example of what you mean.
What's that word?
Give me an scenario.
So if I, for example, didn't let you go to the jamia, you're always going to look at me and
resent.
As long as you're not going to be resentful of that person for the lifestyle that you're having because of maybe their sickness or their condition, go for it. Do you know what I mean? If you feel like you're gonna resent that person in any way, then, and just be honest with yourself, have that conversation with yourself, and maybe with a close loved one that you trust, like a family member, I would say, and go with your instinct. If you really believe that this is going to be too hard for you to handle at this time in your life, because Allahu Alam, you might be able to handle the situation further down the line, but right now in your life it's a difficult situation for you to even fathom, then just don't do it.
Because you're the thing is, you're not under any obligation to marry somebody just because they propose to you.
Yeah,
you know,
and just because you hear that they're a good person.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously, we know that a hadith about if a man comes to you for marriage and his deen pleases you, and he's got good character, you should marry him. But at the same time, when you're dealing with people that with sicknesses, again, if you know that you're the kind of person that can't deal with it, or you may feel that this is going to infringe on the quality of my life, if that's how you feel, no judgments over here, but if that's how you feel, then it wouldn't be a wise idea to put yourself into a situation where there's a high possibility of these things happening, and then you might end up wanting to divorce the brother, or brother might want to end up divorcing the sister at such a crucial, delicate and vulnerable stage in that person's life. So I would just really say, think about what you want out of life, think about what type of a person you are, and at the same time, on the flip side of that, just because somebody's got a deadly disease or an illness or a condition, it doesn't mean that they're going to pass away from that illness or that disease or that condition. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. How many people have passed away since you guys have found out that I've had cancer? How many people? And these people that passed away, it could have been from COVID, it could have been from car accident, and how many people will continue to pass away from the time I made this video to the time you probably are watching this video, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. How many people are going to pass away before the end of Ramadan? Allah al-Musta'an. You know what I'm saying? So just try to get the balance, and ultimately the best thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do, it's obviously good to seek counsel from people that you feel have been through it and can give you some good advice. But the reality is Sam, and you are you, and I am I, or I am me, or however you say it. Everybody deals with things in different ways. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to know who you are, and be comfortable with that person. I think that's really, really important.
Quickly close that door because the flies are going to go in.
Sure.
ما يتقفل.
ما يتقفل؟
لا.
Yeah, so that's all I want to say on that regard. There was one more point, but it just kind of slipped my mind right now.
But I just want to say something. One thing I've learned since I've been here is quite a lot from the nutritionist that's in this clinic. I'll be sharing that hopefully on my food page. But just general life, like even like not even just from the nutritionist, but like therapies that Ismail has had. It's so important to look after your health, everyone. Obviously we all love cheat days. If I can sneak a chocolate, I would have a chocolate or a cake. But
or a biscuit.
You saw me last night. I took one of the kids' biscuits. I brought it for them and then I ended up taking one.
Or a truffle. Or some candy.
But it's not all the time.
Or a milkshake. Or an ice cream. Or a cinnamon bun.
I never had a cinnamon
What did you have
bun.
today at the shop?
That was a walnut pastry.
A walnut pastry. I rest my case.
Anyways.
Go.
So my thing is, as you can see, there's no harm in having treats now and again, but like in general, looking after our health and especially our parents' health is so important right now, and reducing the amount of times we have bad food, and it's funny, even though all those things that Ismail just mentioned, every time after I've had those things, I don't know why I keep going back and having it, because I feel sick. I literally feel like I need to puke, because I think my body just got so used to eating clean. By the way, I didn't have everything that he said, but it's just, sorry, you're throwing me off.
No man, I'm talking.
Anyway, my thing is, I've learned so many things about how to eat better, and not even just eat better, but like little therapies and like massages. So important to have massages, getting your lymph nodes moving.
Getting your lymph nodes, or your lymphatic fluid.
Getting your lymphatic system like moving by exercising, by having massages as well. And I just never thought about the importance of it till recently. Anyways, okay, just cut everything I said since we were speaking about this stuff.
I think that's everything that we wanted to cover, man. But guys, listen, man, thank you so much. We're getting ready to wrap up, our time at the Gufalan Clinic. We've got one more week left. We're probably going to be doing one more last vlog, as we say farewell to Germany. But again, I feel indebted obviously to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then after that to all of you guys that have been so supportive financially, spiritually, emotionally.
Your
messages, your love and support has been phenomenal. And I could even make a whole video on how much it's helped me deal with some of the darker nights that I deal with being here, or just being a cancer patient in general. So want to thank you for all the money that you've donated, so I can actually be here. I will have to be coming back once a month for the foreseeable future, but no doubt I'll be updating you. But to be honest with you, the next vlog that we do is probably going to be the last, I was going to say weekly vlog, but we haven't really been sticking to the weekly vlog system. But it's probably going to be the last vlog like this for a little while. Ramadan's coming. I want to focus on Ramadan. We're opening up the LMA Academy in April on the 24th. I want to focus on giving back to the kids and making sure that they have a fantastic education. We've got so many new artifacts and learning resources to teach the kids. We're hiring new teachers at the moment. So that's where my focus is going to be. I can't have my focus on, I have to release a vlog every single week. So, but I do want to say thank you. And, those of you that follow me on the Instagram, I'll be keeping you updated there. But thank you. Jazakumullahu khairan, man, for the bottom of my heart.
Thank you,
We
everybody.
really appreciate you. Barakallahu fi. Any last words you want to say before we go?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
If I could decide, I'll fly away with the birds. It's killing me how I'm getting knifed by your words. Adrenaline pounding, I forgot my own worth. You're making me feel like I regret my own birth. If I could decide, I'll just blow with the wind. I swallow my pride, I don't know where to begin. I'm hurting inside, I feel like I can never win. I said I'm hurting inside, I feel like I can never win. If I could decide, I'll just go with the flow and live on the land far where nobody knows. I'll be planting my seeds and watching my youths grow. I ain't living in peace, it's just go, go, go. If I could decide, I'll be a speck in space. You remember my words the last time you see my face. The tides have changed, but I'm still seeking His grace. It's time to change, with just a number of days. If I could decide, I'll be a drop of rain. I'm 35 now, I no longer feel the same. I'm turning the ink into an expression of my pain. And if I should die, at least something of me remains. If I could decide, I'd rather be with Him than living a life contaminated with sin. Than living a lie, I don't like the feeling it brings. If I could decide, I would've chose to have wings.
If I could decide, I'd press restart on this life. Raise me in the jungle, living off minimals, surrounded by animals, no phone by my side. If I could decide, I see a world where it's filled with divine values and morals. You know, people are caring and kind. Or if I could decide, I'd live in a different time. No social media, no scrolling a timeline. When people were modest and living a halal was easy and haram was hard, you wouldn't even see me. I'd decide to be less popular and less known. I could walk with peace on the street and live with love in the home. If I could decide, I'd probably follow my desire. That's a waste of a life, a good man in the fire. Or if I could decide, what would I decide to be? Mankind or an angel? Please take my rights from me. We was given free will, I don't know if it's right for me. You see, I'd rather be sinless, forced in a better position. Humans are weak, we're filled with bad decisions. So if I could decide, I probably still couldn't make up my mind, come up with the right plan. So I'd just rather not decide, I leave this in Allah's hands. With that said, I guess I already decided to be a slave of God. My own way weren't right for me. But if one can dream, then I guess it's the unseen. I'll be flying in the gardens as a bird, with the feathers all green. Best decision I made is to join this winning team.